Well, you're here because you filled out a survey about a guy and he scored a C. In many important ways, this guy is falling short. Welcome to the Strong Brew, where you get answers to questions you're not supposed to ask. These are some things you may want to know about the man in your life. If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure? Will he try and use money to control you? Will he share housework or just make you do it all? In fights, when he gets angry, does he get aggressive? During intimacy, does he understand that no means no? Is he jealous, suspicious, or possessive? Will his attitude towards you change after having kids? Will he treat your parents with respect? What if you have conflicts with his parents? We tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. These are things nobody else will tell you, things that are important for your future. This is a safe space for truth. No judgment, no platitudes, no login, no payment either. Our questions are from real life, but our answers come from science. Now, I built this thing, me and my husband, and honestly, we built it and we live it. We are both Stanford grads, we both have worked at Google, and we've been happily together since 1998. Along the way, we've added a son, now 13, and 4 dogs. We are genuine folks. If you're a woman trying to understand any man in your life, here is how it works. Go to www.thestrongbrew.life. Click on the Understand a Guy button there. Answer 10 questions about him. Watch a video tailored to your guy. That's all there is to it. It is completely anonymous, no login, no payment, no games, no manipulation. This analysis is obtained by combining solid trait psychology with cutting edge AI ML. We represent each person's personality with what is known as a feature vector. This has 10 elements, so our data is effectively 10 dimensional data. In case you're wondering how we can infer so much from just 10 questions, well, 10 dimensional data is very complex. There is a lot you can learn from that level of detail.
Okay, I think that does it for the preamble. Now let's plunge in. Let's start with this guy in his career. Will he go far or just talk big?
He's not just talking, he will actually put in the effort. This man doesn't waste time with fancy words or empty promises. He focuses on working hard and pushing through challenges. He will keep moving forward step by step until he gets what he wants.
Can he bounce back from failure?
When things go wrong at work, he's more likely to dig in his heels and push through rather than fall apart. He doesn't get easily rattled or overly emotional even when the pressure is high. He's tough and keeps going, but he may become even more closed off or harsh during tough times.
What do people at work think of him? Do they like him?
Most people at work won't find him easy to get along with. He's known for being blunt and stubborn, so arguments and clashes are common. He'll stand firm in his own way, and that can lead to tension or even open conflict with coworkers.
If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure?
If you do really well in your career, he's more likely to feel bothered than proud. He has strong opinions about how things should be and wants things his way, so your success might feel like a challenge to his authority. You will need to be ready for a lack of encouragement and possibly even jealousy or coldness when you shine.
What if you start earning more than him?
If you earn more than him, he will likely feel resentful even if he doesn't say it out loud. He wants to be in charge and sees himself as the main provider, so your higher income may hurt his pride. He won't openly admit his insecurity, but you'll see it in his actions and attitude.
Next, let's talk about how he is with money. Does he overspend? Is he reckless with money?
He's not someone who spends without thinking. He's more practical than that. He works hard for his money and values what he earns. So he'll avoid wasting it on things he sees as unnecessary. You won't find him splurging just for fun, but he may forget to track where every rupee goes.
Does he show off and pretend to be richer than he is?
He lives within his means and doesn't try to show off or pretend to have more than he actually does. He's practical and doesn't care much about fancy appearances or keeping up with others. He may not be the best at planning finances, but he won't try to live beyond his reach.
Is he too generous, too stingy, or just right?
He tends to be tight with both his money and his mindset. Being generous doesn't come naturally to him, he's more focused on what's practical and necessary. He's careful with spending and rarely steps outside of what he sees as reasonable.
Will he use money to try and control you?
He is more controlling and blunt than open and honest when it comes to money. He likes things done his way and may expect you to follow his lead without asking many questions. If he thinks he knows best, he might not share all the details or ask for your opinion.
Let's see how this guy is with sharing housework. Will he share housework or just make you do it?
He's likely to believe that housework is mainly your responsibility, not his. He feels strongly about his own way of doing things and is often focused on work outside the home. He might even expect you to handle everything at home without much thanks or help.
Will he help you or just boss you around and tell you what to do?
He is much more likely to help by telling you what to do rather than actually rolling up his sleeves and joining in. When it comes to chores and diapers, he may stand aside, watch, and give instructions, thinking that his way is the right way. If you want a partner who shares the work, this can feel lonely and frustrating.
Now let's see about how this guy is during fights. In fights, does he try to understand your views or just win the fight?
Most of the time, he will argue to prove he's right rather than really trying to understand your side. When there's a disagreement, he's quick to stand his ground and slow to listen or see things from your point of view. With him, you'll likely have to work hard just to get your feelings and opinions respected.
Does he become aggressive when angry?
When he's angry, he is more likely to say hurtful things or act tough than to stay calm and respectful. He doesn't blow up easily, but when something pushes him over the edge, his words can be sharp and direct, sometimes crossing the line into rudeness. He may criticize or dismiss you rather than talk things out kindly.
Does he have a bad temper?
He doesn't get angry quickly, but when he does, his reactions can be harsh and hurtful. His anger won't come out as shouting all the time, but more as blunt words or stubbornness that might make you feel alone or criticized. Thinking twice about what you truly want in a partner is wise.
Will he say sorry and accept his mistakes?
He finds it hard to say sorry and usually doesn't take responsibility when things go wrong. Instead, he's more likely to blame you or argue that he did nothing wrong. If you want a partner who can admit when he's wrong and make up for it, you might be disappointed.
Next, let's talk about intimacy and physical chemistry. During intimacy, does he respect your boundaries? Does he get that no means no?
He often struggles to respect boundaries and may not take a firm no seriously the first time. Because he's used to having things his way and doesn't always pick up on feelings, he might push or argue instead of stopping and listening to your wishes. If standing up for yourself is hard, being with him could make you feel even smaller.
If you are not in the mood for intimacy, will he react badly?
Yes, he's likely to take it personally if you're not in the mood for intimacy. He may feel rejected or get irritated, thinking it's about him or that you're not interested in him anymore. You may notice him sulking or making sharp remarks rather than understanding your mood.
Can you trust him not to shame you or share your private moments, maybe love letters, photos, or videos, even after a breakup or a bad fight?
You may need to be careful with him when it comes to trusting that your private moments will be treated with care. He isn't very thoughtful about feelings, and if there's a fight or he feels challenged, he might use personal things you shared against you by bringing them up during an argument or making a hurtful comment. He doesn't always recognize how deeply such things can cut, and his bluntness can make you feel exposed or embarrassed.
Is he loyal or is he likely to want to have affairs?
He isn't easily distracted by other women. He's straightforward and focused in relationships. When he commits, he tends to stick to it, not chasing after new flings or shiny attractions. If you're worried about loyalty, he's more likely to stay faithful.
Will he be jealous, suspicious, and try to control you?
He's likely to be controlling and may show signs of possessiveness, though not always through open jealousy. He wants things his way and isn't very good at trusting or letting go. If you value freedom, respect, and trust in a relationship, these habits might slowly wear you down and make you feel small or watched.
This guy says he is protective in a good way. Is he actually just being possessive?
Yes, with him, what he calls protective is often just his way of being controlling. He might say he's looking out for you, but really, he wants things done his way and doesn't easily trust others to make choices. While some protectiveness is healthy, his style can make you feel trapped instead of cared for.
Now, onto the topic of kids and how this guy will be as a father. If you guys have kids, will he make you do most of the work?
He will most likely expect you to do most of the work when it comes to parenting. He sees child rearing as mainly your responsibility and may step in only for basic tasks or when he decides it's necessary. Teamwork and sharing the load won't come naturally to him. He'll focus on his own duties and expect you to handle the rest, often without much help or thanks.
Kids are very messy. Will he lose his temper with them?
When the kids mess up or get upset, he's likely to stay calm on the outside but can be very blunt or harsh with his words. He doesn't lose his temper easily by shouting or making a scene, but his reaction won't be gentle either. Instead, he'll point out mistakes directly and may expect the kids to shape up fast without much comfort or softness.
If you guys have kids, will he still support your career?
He is unlikely to fully support your role as both a mother and your own person. While he expects you to handle most of the parenting, he might not see or appreciate your need for time, growth, or interests outside of family duties. You could find it hard to get help or understanding from him when trying to balance everything.
Will this man say one thing early on, maybe while dating, and then later, after kids and marriage, change his tune and try to make you give up your career?
Yes, he is the kind of man who might seem to support your career at first, but later expect you to give it up once you have a child. His strong views about roles and routines often mean he believes the house and kids should be your main job. At first, he may not say much when you're working, but as soon as family needs grow, he's likely to ask or even insist that you put your career aside.
Next, let's see how this guy treats your parents. Will he be respectful with your parents?
He will most likely just act polite on the surface with your parents rather than showing real warmth or deep connection. He might greet them and do what's expected during visits, but he won't go out of his way to bond, show affection, or build a close relationship. His words and actions may feel distant or formal, lacking genuine care. He is much more likely to expect your family to adjust to him rather than the other way around.
What if your family creates stress or interferes a bit in your lives?
If your family creates stress or interferes, he's more likely to make things worse by reacting bluntly or getting stubborn. He does not handle outside pressure with patience and may say or do things that increase tension rather than helping everyone calm down. If you need a peacemaker, he's not the one to rely on.
Then let's analyze the role this guy's family will play in your life. Is this man modern with you, but a completely different person when other people, say his parents or bosses, are around?
Yes, he's the kind of man who might seem modern with you in private, but expect you to act like a traditional supportive wife in front of his relatives. When family is around, he will want you to follow customs, show extra respect, and behave according to their expectations, even if he's relaxed with you alone. You may feel pressure to dress a certain way, speak politely, or hide your true opinions to keep everyone happy.
If there is tension between you and his parents, will he support you?
If there's tension, he will most likely stay out of it or even side with his family instead of supporting you. He tends to believe in his own and his family's way of doing things and isn't very tuned in to emotional needs or fairness. If real backing and partnership matter to you, this is something serious to consider.
Say you have a conflict with his mother. What will this guy do?
He does have strong ties to his own family, and he's not the type to stand up to his mother or choose your side in a conflict. If disagreements happen, he's likely to avoid getting involved or quietly support his mother's wishes, even if it means you feel left out or hurt. He isn't comfortable challenging his family's way, so you may be left to handle things alone or feel like an outsider.
Will he share all the private details of your relationship with his mother or sister?
Yes, He is likely to share details of your fights or private life with his mother or sister, especially if he feels unsure or wants support for his side. This habit shows that he doesn't always protect your privacy or see your issues as just between the two of you. This is something important to think about before building a life together.
Now let's zoom out and put it all together.
So that's the story. This guy scores a C. In many important ways, this guy is falling short of the standard we would want. Being with this man day in and day out can feel like carrying a steady load, full of routines, rules, and practical tasks, but short on warmth and gentle understanding. He will work hard, expect things done his way, and rarely show soft affection or praise.